The Australian Maltese Chamber of Commerce welcomes new members. For more details, visit their website amcc.org.au.
U l-aħħar taqsima tagħna llum ser toħodna fil-kċina taż-żewġ kontestanti fit-tielet staġun tal-programm televiżiv My Kitchen Rules, Carla Mangion u Carr.
We've got the great pleasure this week of having Carla and Tom, who were former contestants of My Kitchen Rules. They are here to do some cooking with us, but firstly we'll kind of just get to know you guys a little bit better.
Yeah.
Carla, your background is?
Well, my dad's from Malta, my mum's from Holland,
Yeah.
but they met in Australia. So.
And Tom, yourself?
So I'm a little bit more bland, I'm just all Aussie. but being a part of her life, I should say, I feel pretty
He's
pretty
practically
connected to the Maltese, yeah.
Yeah, so you'll be our honorary Maltese for today then.
Absolutely,
Definitely.
Welcome to the culture.
Thank you.
So can I just ask you, we're on My Kitchen Rules a few seasons ago. Which season was it?
Season 3.
Season 3.
Yeah, 2012.
What was that experience like for you?
Wow, it was such a crazy experience. I was living in London at the time, and I remember receiving a ridiculous phone call because Tom, being totally ignorant of time differences, in the morning saying, "I've just applied for us to be on My Kitchen Rules," and I said, "What's My Kitchen Rules?" So I mean, Tom and I have always gotten together around food. He comes from the Mornington Peninsula, and his family are always about food, and my family's all about food, and I think our foods are very different, so it was fun coming on the show and kind of amalgamating that.
And actually my first taste of Maltese food, when I filled out the application form on behalf of Carla, they asked you about your sort of cultural heritage, and of course we made Malta a big focus of that. And so I was on the Google, Maltese food, you know,
I remember
I had no idea what I was doing.
And he said, you can make Maltese sausage, right? And I said, can somebody make a sausage? And I was like, I don't have a sausage maker. So it was pretty ridiculous. It was a huge learning curve, and it was just lots of fun, really.
Yeah. And so was the shooting schedule pretty insane from the point of view of you went in there thinking it was going to be one way, and then it turned out to be different, or?
Yeah, we were on set up to 7 days a week.
Some days, some days we did,
Huge
marathon, 14, 15 days in a row. So they're big days, yeah.
And I think like with TV, the editing process plays a huge role in the outcome.
The outcome as well, yeah.
So were you the evil ones or the favourite ones? How were they casting it?
I like to think we were a bit of both.
A bit of both? Okay.
I like to think of myself as a bit of both.
Bit more on the bad aspect.
At least get remembered, hey.
Wow.
Well, exactly right. If you're going to do it properly.
Yeah. And did you do any Maltese food during your time on the program?
We actually did. We had a 10-minute spot. We had one of those, what were they called when we were in the kitchen? Pressure cook off.
Oh, pressure cook.
Well, we had to cook a meal in 10 minutes. And Tom's somebody who's so much more pedantic than me, and he's a perfectionist, and I'm much more home cooked.
Is what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. And I'm so much more home cooked, just get in and do it. And I said to Tom, I'm going to do ravioli. And I don't know, I love Asian cooking. I said, I'm going to do ravioli, but I'm going to just use wonton wrappers, and I'm going to make ravioli.
Wow.
And we'll do a ravioli like that, and we'll do a real, just a vegetable-based sauce, and and all of a sudden the spin was, I thought I was cooking, so I grabbed all the ingredients, and they went 3, 2, 1, Tom, you're cooking it. And he just went.
And I was like, where is Google?
Yeah, no phones on set. So, I mean, but apart from that, you're a bit limited in terms of, I guess you're told themes to cook. So, we didn't really have that much opportunity. But hopefully today we have an opportunity.
Today is absolutely the opportunity. So what are you doing for us first today?
Okay, so first I thought we'd kind of do something that would be appropriate if you wanted an entree, or if you wanted an antipasta, or if your friends were over and you just wanted to show off a bit of Maltese cooking. Because I think the hardest thing with being part Maltese and growing up in Melbourne is when people say, what's Maltese cooking like? And you can't be like, check out the restaurant here or try that cafe here. And I hope that kind of grows as the food culture in Melbourne grows. So I thought we'd do something like a Hobbsby's Zate, but kind of funk it up a little bit and maybe make it a little less what you just grab at your grandma's, and maybe something that you could have at a restaurant.
Wow, so we are in for a real treat here, guys.
So, what are we starting off with?
Well, it's a bit like a bruschetta, yeah? So why don't I get you to start with cutting the bread, adding a bit of olive oil, and getting straight on the grill. Cool?
Yep, sounds
and
good.
I thought usually when my dad would make this or my nana, we'd have tuna, but I thought let's try let's stay away from canned tuna. Let's try something. Let's cook a fish on the stove top.
Yep.
Sound good? So today I got some filleted oily mackerel, and it's just been scaled and filleted, and I thought I'll season it up and I'm going to get it on a hot grill.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. Sounds beautiful.
Great.
So is this a dish that you or your grandmother used to cook for you growing up?
Oh, this was kind of a dish where when I was in Malta with my nana, because I spent about 3 months in Malta with my nana when I was about 15.
Yep.
This was a dish that you kind of ate if just for a snack or for lunch, or this was the dish that if the bread was old and no one wanted you to waste the bread, that you were just going to have it regardless, really. But kind of as well, like if you were to go to a Maltese restaurant in Malta, this would be sort of the thing that they would serve you as a bit of an appetizer.
And I think now, our culture is more leaning towards small plates. Rather than having, large...
One big meal. Yeah, that's really true.
Food. So, this will be a really good dish to, have at home, friends over.
I love that. It was funny because growing up, Western Suburbs, Melbourne, it was me and just one other Maltese girl at school. And sometimes Mum would just put il conserve, which is tomato paste, some bread and some capers, some tuna in your sandwich.
Yep.
And you did kind of have that wog girl moment of everyone having their Vegemite sandwich or their jam sandwich, and you're like, this stinky tuna sandwich. And you're like, oh my God, seriously, Mum?
So how long would you normally cook the fish for?
Just until I'm just putting it skin down, so I want to get that skin nice and crispy anyway.
Yeah.
And this skin, look at how flat and small it is, not long, a few minutes. And I want to get it on a nice hot pan so that it crisps us nicely.
When you were growing up, did your family cook a lot of Maltese food?
You know what? Not really. I think coming from a mixed background, I probably only really, as I got older and lived in the UK and travelled to Malta on holidays, and again I had that opportunity of staying with my nana for 3 months, and so I was a bit ignorant to Maltese food, and if people had asked me what's Maltese food, I would have said ravioli, pastizzi, and kind of left it at that. So I think going to Malta and realising how much produce there was, and particularly the seafood, and how incredible that was, really opened up my eyes and made me really proud. And so when people said things like, Maltese pastizzi, or Borg's Maltese pastizzi, I could say, hang on a second.
Yeah.
When I think of Maltese food, I think very seasonal, The veggie, everything's based around the seasons. What vegetables are in season.
And so resourceful as well. This is just an example of a resourceful dish. In Malta, it's a country that went through lots of hard times, that was invaded and taken over by, and you just made the most of everything. Padina is, for me, the example of that. Who has a sweet made out of old bread?
That's true.
You know?
Yeah. Tom, what are you doing on that side there?
Oh, sorry. So I am just grilling the bread on the base of the bruschetta.
Aha. So that's going to be the thing that nails the flavour. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I don't have a time on anything.
Fish, right? Bread.
I don't have time on anything important. Let's not be ridiculous here.
Please.
I'm joking.
We are both total carbohydrate fiends, all right? So.
Oh, that's good. Sorry.
Oh, you're right. You just turned it off. You were trying to sabotage it.
I was sabotaging. I'm not going to let this dish work.
Yeah. Lucky we're not scoring you. Yeah.
Are you scoring me, Mark? Is that what's going to happen?
Yeah. You're going to have
notoriously gotten. We have notoriously been told we've had the worst dish before. So
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what the record is.
And what we haven't told you is we've actually got Manu coming to taste your dish after.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He'll say, you've learnt nothing. Yeah. Where's the sauce? So the fish is done. See, that didn't take long at all.
Yeah, beautiful.
So what I thought we'd do as well is I thought we'd do a bit of a tomato salsa on top. So again, just trying to keep some stuff traditional. So parsley. And I got some really lovely tomatoes with lots of different colours. So the medley tomatoes, aren't they nice?
Gorgeous.
So especially when they're in season, you can pick them up pretty cheap. And I just think they add something than just having your typical sort of Roma or gourmet tomatoes.
It gives you that real sense of the summer, the Mediterranean.
Yeah, the Mediterranean, I think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just finishing up this salsa. So we've got tomatoes with those medley tomatoes. We've added some just red onion.
I've thrown some capers into there as well.
Oh, thanks, Tom. And we just need to do a bit of a dressing for it. So I was thinking, let's get some lemons. So I'm just going to add, speaking of salt, so all we've got here is lemon juice, some olive oil, and some salt. So keeping it super simple, because it's a super simple dish.
So for service, guys, obviously we've just grilled the bread, all the Babe, did you just use sourdough? What sort of bread have you used?
Yeah, sourdough.
So we've just used a sourdough today. We've just grilled it over the grill. We're just, so prior to that, we put some olive oil onto the bread, put it onto the grill, just to get that nice sort of charcoal surface. We're just going to put a bit of il conserva on top. And then we're going to just layer it with the salsa, with the mackerel,
and with some parsley
a little
on
bit
top.
of chopped parsley on top. So it's pretty simple, right? And we just want it to sort of look, quite rustic, homey. I mean, that's what Maltese cooking is about, right? So, and just place the mackerel on top. Again, as Carla said, we want to maintain that sort of crispy skin that she got through applying the salt to the skin.
And a hot pan.
Prior to grilling it on the hot pan.
How's that, Mary? Is that good for you?
Yeah, gorgeous.
Beautiful.
And so effectively, what I want to do is just, be generous, all right? A little bit of chopped parsley, and then our favourite, can never have enough oil in one's life. Beautiful. And that
is our version of Hobbs Bill's 8.
I love mackerel.
so good. So good.
Just like Nana?
U dik it-taqsima twassalna fit minn programm ieħor ta' Maltese Down Under. Jekk tixtiequ tibatulna kummenti u suġġerimenti għamlu dan permezz tal-email tagħna maltesetv@gmail.com jew inkella fuq il-paġna tagħna fuq Facebook Maltese Down Under. Jiena Marlene nixtieqilkom is-saħħa.